Jersey's own Zach Gelb. Or maybe it's Pennsylvania. Anyhow, it's one of the two, I'm pretty sure. The Zach Gelb Show continues on Fox Sports 920 The Jersey.
All right, welcome back in. Zach Gelb Show, Fox Sports 920 The Jersey, 609-919-9200. Time right now in the Princeton Orthopedic Associates Studios, 5:15. We got two studs in the studio right now. Usually I'm a stud here in the studio, but these guys, they're going on to big and really great things. We got DeAndre Swift, who's a senior right now at St. Joe's, going to be a running back next year at Georgia. That's big time. And then we got Ashim Young, who's a junior at Emotep, and he's a safety. And every school in the country wants some of Ashim Young, and they're kind enough to join us right now. Gentlemen, say hello. How are we?
How y'all doing?
You guys seem a little nervous here. We're going to get the juices flowing. Everything's going to be all right.
We good.
You think it's tough when these big linebackers are coming at you? That's tough stuff. This stuff is easy. I got to first start DeAndre off because I go to your Twitter and I see the video of you committing to Georgia, and it has you running at the art museum, has you running past Gino's Steaks, and then the next thing I know, you see your dad on the motorcycle, and then you say, "Go Dogs," and you're going to Georgia. Tell me a little bit how the video came about and why you picked Georgia.
Well, it started off at an opening camp in New Jersey. The Bleacher Report people came up to me and asked me how I want to commit it. I always wanted to do a video, but I didn't know the vision I wanted to add to it. So they gave me the idea, the Rocky idea, and I just kind of put my little twist to it with the bikes, just the Philly aspect to it, with the Meek song and stuff like that. So
I loved it. And when you're a stud, you have all these schools coming after you, and you can't make a wrong decision because when you're picking between Georgia, Alabama, all these schools, you can't go wrong because they're such these prestigious programs. For you, what stood out to you really about Georgia?
Just the atmosphere. I mean, Georgia's like a second home. People don't know I used to live in Georgia when I was young, the year before I started playing football. So it's just a blessing just to have them type of schools come after you from a kid from Philadelphia. So it's just a blessing.
And I saw your final list. It was Penn State, Clemson, FSU, Alabama. How tough of a decision was that for you?
It was a real tough decision. It came down to Penn State, Clemson, and Georgia. So the coach down in Georgia is like another father figure. When I went down there, as soon as I got off the plane, I mean, they pick you up. It's just a real family-oriented place. So just the town. Everybody in Georgia loves Georgia football. So
there we go. DeAndre Swift with us right now. Also Isheem Young here. Isheem, let's hop into the conversation a little bit. The process for you. You still got some time to decide what you're going to do. But now you're down to your final 12. We see Florida State, Penn State, Ohio State, LSU, Baylor, even Temple getting into the action. I like that. My alma mater getting into the action. Clemson, Alabama, Michigan, a bunch more schools. For you, how do you describe this process? Because you're close to doing what DeAndre just did this past year.
Right now, I ain't even trying to stress too much about it. I've been trying to take my time, just plan on like working out off season. So I'm trying to basically take my time and commit at least before the season. So I ain't trying to put too much stress on my back.
And this past year, describe the type of season you had because we watch your highlight tape, and man, you know how to put on those hard hits on everyone.
I had a good season. I ain't finish it out though. Came up short in state chip, so it wasn't great, but it was good.
And I like that response because when everyone's telling you you're great, you're great, you're great, and you're being ranked 4-star recruits and everyone wants you to come to their university, it seems like you don't get complacent. That drive and that ability to say, okay, it's good what's right now, but I got to get better. Where does that come from for you?
I just been like that my whole life. Everybody been telling me that I'm good, great, number one safety, ranked on Scout 300, stuff like that. But I never get like too excited until whenever. I'm going to keep working until whenever.
And then for you, DeAndre, don't get offended by this question, but I've seen it before. Mm-hmm. There's been guys that they're told, you're going to be so great, you're going to come to this university, you're going to be a stud, you're a 4-star recruit, you have the God-given talent, but then it doesn't work out. For you, why is it going to work out at Georgia, and why won't you just say, oh, I'm going to stop right now just because I got to the university?
I think it's just a mindset you got to have going into it. I mean, all that 4-star, 5-star recruiting stuff really don't matter at this point. For me, I mean, going into it, I'm just another person going into a program, so I got to work hard just like every other kid that's at Georgia. So I'm going in there as a freshman, just got to work hard and showing them what I can do on the field.
Now, I can't understand what it's like to pass on Nick Saban. You pass on Nick Saban. Did you at least call the coach and tell him, hey, I'm not coming to Alabama, but thank you for the opportunity.
No, I didn't call him and tell him I wasn't coming, but we was on the phone a couple times. I got to speak to him.
So when you first met him, what was that like, meeting Coach Saban?
I mean, just an honor, just me and him, just that caliber of person. He's just a great guy. I mean, just with the history of his programs and what he's done with the players in his programs, just an honor just talking to him. Real down-to-earth guy.
DeAndre, for you, how do you describe your game? Like, take me through, if you had to give me a comparison, who's one back that you compared to, and then also just tell me a little bit more about your game.
Comparison, it's a couple. I'm real versatile in my style of play, so I'm real shifty. So I would say LaShawn McCoy, my moves, I could juke real well, make people miss, and also I can run downhill. So I would say Le'Veon Bell, he's real patient. I'm real patient as well. And I can also split out into the slot, wide receiver, stuff like that, kick return. I like Christian McCaffrey's game, what he did in college football with the kick return, punt return. So I probably have a role like that going to college too. So I'm just real versatile in my style of play.
Did you grow up as an Eagles fan?
No.
Oh,
no.
So who'd you grow up as rooting for?
I never really had a football team. I just liked the game.
It's interesting. A lot of guys that end up going to play in the league or in college, and I talk to a lot of these guys, and they always tell me, I just played when I was growing up. I didn't really watch the game that much. But like other than that, when you're growing up, and I know you're playing all, was there a few players? I know you say LaShawn McCoy, but like give me some other players that you just really said, I love the way that this guy just plays.
When I was real young, college football, I love Mark Ingram.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the way his Heisman year, that's all I watched. Alabama football. His videos on YouTube, watched him before every game I had as a young player in Philly. Just his style of play, just running downhill, making people miss. And he's a big running back. So just his style of play, I used to love how he played.
And then for you, Ashim, did you have a football team growing up? Were you an Eagles fan, or are you the same thing as DeAndre? Didn't really have a team growing up.
Same thing as DeAndre. I just always liked certain players. Never had a team.
I have to imagine Brian Dawkins, one of those players you really loved growing up.
Yeah.
What was it about Dawkins' game, Weapon X, that you enjoyed so much when you watch him?
His hitting. I just love his hitting.
And just give me some more players. Just some more players you like.
Sean Teller. Sean Teller is basically one of my favorite players. I'm not too many players I had.
DeAndre Swift and Isheem Young with us right now on the Zach Gelb Show, Fox Sports 920, The Jersey. Moving on the conversation a little bit, you're representing Philadelphia now, and that means a lot because Philly guys had that persona of being tough football players and also good people off the field. What does that mean to you, DeAndre, to represent Philadelphia?
I mean, it means everything. Most people in Philly don't get to make it out, so just for young kids in a city like us get a chance to make it out, it's just an honor just to be this type, just be blessed like this, just to make it out of Philly. It's a lot of crime and stuff, a lot of hate in Philly. Just to get out and do something different for your family is just a blessing in itself.
What'd your parents say when you decided to commit to Georgia?
They loved it. My dad loved it up Georgia. My mom loved it. So it was just a family decision. So they was right on point with me.
And then in terms of Philadelphia, when we look at the college football landscape, Temple was a school, and I went there, and I saw the transformation that program has underwent. And they were a school that a lot of kids maybe wouldn't think about staying home, and now you're seeing more kids stay home and go to Temple. What was it like for you? Did you pay attention at all to the story of Temple a little bit and what they were able to accomplish with College Game Day, beating Penn State and all that?
Oh, yeah, Temple program definitely on the up and coming. I mean, my school, we actually practice at Temple's facility, so I'm with the coaches a lot. I know a lot of people up Temple, but just for me, I just had to take a different route and get out the city.
And then for you, Ashim, I know you've been to Temple a few times. They're in your top 12. What really draws you to that Temple program?
Right now, I'm loving their defense, how they running their defense. Right now, they running Florida defense. I like their coaches so far. I've been visiting up there a couple times, oftenly.
And Jeff Collins bringing that juice to Temple University with that defensive style like you're talking about. And then also the former Temple coach, Matt Rule, good friend of the show, has been on the show a lot. Tell me a little bit what you like about Coach Matt Rule.
I never really got to talk to him too much. I always got to talk to my position coach, but Barrel's also on my top 12. So me and Matt Rule, yeah, we still there.
Who was it, Fran Brown you talking to? Yeah, Fran's a funny guy. He's a good guy. No, Fran's a real good guy and real good coach, too. This is the Zach Gelb Show, Fox Sports 920, The Jersey. We're talking to DeAndre Swift and Ashim Young. So with Rutgers, and now they're trying to turn that program around. And you see Rutgers, they had some success with Schiano, and then the Kyle Flood era wasn't that good. And then now they're trying to compete with Chris Ash. With Rutgers, when you view them as a recruit, how do you view that program?
I view them on the up and coming as well, just like Temple. But when they offered me, that's when I really was looking forward to going out to Rutgers, stuff like that. When I started getting bigger offers, bigger schools, that's when I really kind of fell back.
So your relationship, I know you guys have been playing football for a long time. How did your relationship form, and you guys been so close friends for these years?
Yeah, when we played for Pop Warner teams, we knew each other then and started talking. Then we got in high school. He went to I'm going to prep. So we always try to play. We scrimmaged each other our first 2 years. So it's good always playing against him.
All right, now I need some scouting reports. Ashim, give me the scouting report on DeAndre. When you're trying to go up against him, what are some things that you really key in on, and what kind of player is he?
He real shit. My sophomore year, I wasn't so like smart, so I ain't had no game plan for him. But he was like, I know he was fast, real shifty. I just was trying to get him, lay the wood on him.
And I see DeAndre, you're smiling when you go up against this guy, because you got to protect your body as a running back.
Right.
And this guy comes out of nowhere and just delivers the big hammer kind of hit. So what's the scouting report on Isheem Young in your eyes, DeAndre Swift?
Yeah, he's just a real downhill type of player. Always looking to make the big hit. So he coming at me. I'm gonna run him clean over.
So if we line you up, Oklahoma drill, who's winning?
DeAndre Swift.
Zach Gelb Show, Fox Sports 920 The Jersey. A few more questions with these guys. For you, Ashim, this has just been a crazy, probably, experience for you. Take me back to the first time, like, you remember picking up a football and how your love for football really just developed.
First time, what was it, 2007, I played for the Cecil B. Moore Chiefs. One of my homies took me up there to try out. I wound up playing quarterback. Ever since then, I never took the game real serious prior to 8th grade. I had hoop dreams, actually. I like playing basketball. I wasn't never really good. But then once I got my first offer from Wisconsin in my sophomore year, that's when then I started taking the game serious, started working out faithfully. Now I'm here.
That versatility and just being able to play like different positions, like how much does that help you? I know your main position is safety, but how much does really having an understanding of all areas of the side of the balls really help you?
That helps me a lot. Actually, this year I'm going to be playing running back, slot, special teams. So that's what I'm planning on doing in college too.
Now, I know he's a Jersey guy, but since it's close with New Jersey and Philadelphia, you guys big fans of Jabril Peppers?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Is that like someone you could
game.
look up to a little bit?
Yeah. His game with his head and then running style, yeah, pretty much.
And then for you, DeAndre, that first moment that you said, okay, you know you're good at football, but when was that first moment that, okay, like I really love the game?
I always had love for the game, but I really started taking it serious. I remember my first game, freshman year, I got the opportunity to play, start as a freshman. We played in Texas, played Dallas Jesuit. I knew my first play I had like 20 yards. So that's when I knew like I belong here. So I was playing against seniors and people that's way bigger than me. So that's when I knew I could really excel at this type of style of play.
How do you perceive Philly? What do you think of Philly since you've been to other parts of the world?
It's different. It's different in many ways. If you talk to some of the kids in Philly, they all got a story. So yeah, it's just a blessing, like I said, for us to be able to make it out of Philly. It's just different.
Now, Ashim, I know National Signing Day isn't until February, so you got some time. And you don't got to tell me the answer. I know you're not going to reveal where you're going. I understand that. But with all that being said, like, do you have, I know you have a list of 12 right now, but do you have a feeling of the school in your mind of where you're going? Or are there some schools still that, all right, these 12 still got to keep on working a little bit?
Yeah, in my head, I got a top 5. I'm not going to release it yet.
Okay. What happens if I throw one out? Should I try to do that just to get his expression a little bit?
Georgia.
I know you wanted to go to Georgia. I have a feeling he's not going to Georgia, though. So if you had to give him the pitch, DeAndre, and you have to say, come join me at Georgia, and we know you guys are friends, why should he go to Georgia?
It's great. And I mean, we actually going to go down there in April for the spring game, so he'll see it for himself. It's just the coaches. I mean, they care about you. They're another type of father figure, like I said, so he'll tell you for himself when he come back.
Pretty confident. I like it. Yeah. So when you go to Georgia and you meet the guys and you talk about the family type of atmosphere that they have at the program, when you walk onto a campus, and I know you have some familiarity with it, but when it's time for your official visit and you're walking into that campus and you're meeting the guys, like, how do you know right away that that's the right school and that those guys, even though in the short time that you meet them, that they're the right people that are going to fit what you're all about?
I mean, if they take care of you like you're already in the school, then you know that's where you need to be. If they treat you like the one of their own, that's when you know.
Okay, that's a good answer. DeAndre Swift and also Ashim Young with us. Ashim, before we let you run, for your senior season, tell me what you got planned, tell me what you're going to accomplish, and tell me what you're going to really bring when you get to a university and make that decision.
My senior season going to be 10 times better than my junior season. I'm just going to dominate, and get this state chip.
How the heck are you going to make it 10 times better? Seriously.
10 times, you know, keep working.
You're going to be like the greatest safety of all time if you make it 10 times better.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be.
And then finally, when you guys watch football now, so let me take it from a running back perspective. To you, who's the best running back in the game right now?
Ezekiel Elliott or Le'Veon Bell.
Okay.
Between them two.
If you had to pick one. If I had to put you on the spot, you have to pick one.
I'll go with Zeke right now.
Okay, with the Zeke. But when we look at Le'Veon Bell, his running style, it's so unorthodox. Like he waits, and then goes. You're not that type of runner, right?
No, I'm trying to mold my game a little like that because his style is real different. Nobody else can do what he do. It's just a different type of patience. I mean, he just stops and accelerates at a different type of speed, so it's different.
And then with Ezekiel Elliott, hey, we don't like the Cowboys around here, you know that. But man, he had some year, and he's had offensive lines unbelievable. But with Ezekiel Elliott, and you see the way what he was able to do the first year, that's unbelievable what he's able to do in the first year. For you as a young running back, when you watch his game, what are those things that you really look up to when you watch Zeke play?
I mean, just his style of play, just for him to come in first year and just dominate the way he did. I mean, a lot of it came from his offensive line and Dak Prescott, but just for him, his style of play, how he went about it, his humbleness, just how he played the game as a whole, on and off the field, and him making it to the Pro Bowl was big for him as well. So just his style of play and how he went about it. So.
And then for you, Ashim, when you watch the safety positions now and the cornerback positions as well, who are those guys right now in the game that you're like, wow, these guys, I hope to be like them one day?
Right now, Chandler from the Seahawks.
Okay.
Love his game.
I saw him play against the Patriots this year, and I can see why you like him because he puts on big hits.
Yeah.
He took out Gronk. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I love his game.
All right, gentlemen, well, first off, we appreciate you coming in. We wish you the best of luck. DeAndre, have some fun in Georgia and don't have too much fun, you know. Don't be a stranger. And then, Ashim, I'm sure we'll catch up with you right before you make that big decision, whether it's Penn State maybe. I don't know. I feel like you could be a Penn State guy or maybe a Temple guy. He's sitting there. See, this is how you know this guy's a professional. He's sitting there. There's no reaction. I just try to throw out a few schools, maybe see if he gives me a big smile. But, hey, that's not happening. But all kidding aside, gentlemen, best of luck. We can't wait to see you dominating not only on Saturdays, but then eventually one day on Sundays. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
No problem.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you, too.
This is the Zach Gelb Show, Fox Sports 920 The Jersey. Time right now in the Princeton Orthopedic Associates studios is 5:33. We'll take a quick break right now on the Zach Gelb Show. When we get back, we got some crazy stories to go through. One that's in Washington, and then we also have to talk a little bit about the Phillies and what Odubel Herrera did have to say. More of the Zach Gelb Show when we come back on Fox Sports 920 The Jersey, right after these short messages.